This round of the Motorcycle Weekly Forward Trust TT Formula One Championship is well and truly underway, and it's the Works Honda, no, it's the Honda of number 11, Roger Marshall, entered by George Beale, who takes an early lead from number 2, Ron Haslam, as the field sweep around Gerrard's on this first lap. And what Roger Marshall has in that engine, I do not know, because he really leaps away from the start and takes an early lead from the Works machine of Ron Haslam. This is a 20-lap race. The field sweeping through as we come up now to the hairpin corner, down to first gear, just about 20 miles an hour, and it's Roger Marshall who's leading from number 2. Number 2 is Ron Haslam. Mick Grant, number 10, I think was in third spot there. But here they come, Marshall, Haslam and Grant, followed by number 4, Graham Crosby, who's really now, with a Works Suzuki contract, Graham Crosby really riding superbly. Winner of the Senior TT in the Isle of Man this year, and a Works rider in the World Championship rounds. That is number 11, and look at the lead he's built up already, Roger Marshall, number 11. Into the S's they go for the second time. Number 11, Roger Marshall, still leads from number 2. And that is number 4, Graham Crosby with the Works Suzuki. So it's the private George Beale Honda leading the Works bikes as we go round the hairpin for the second time. Around Devil's Elbow to complete lap 2 with Roger Marshall still leading from number 2, Ron Haslam, then number 10, Mick Grant. And then we have number 4, Graham Crosby. And he's followed by number 28, Randy Mamela, followed by number 22, Trevor Nation. There's the leader, Roger Marshall. Around Gerrard he goes for the third time. The 996cc Honda machine, prepared by the George Beale Racing Team, and it's very, very quick indeed. But Rocket Ron Haslam, winner of the championship in 1979, as well as the World Championship for this class, he wants to retain his title, and he's got to do a lot of work, because Roger Marshall's machine is very, very quick, but Haslam is closing on him. Rocket Ron Haslam from Langley Mill, Notts. Used to play darts. Instead of that, now he, would you believe, collects guns. And he's gunning that machine. Number 10 is Grant, 4 is Crosby. Number 8, 28 is the American sensation, Randy Mamela, but it's Marshall from Haslam. Haslam closing the gap now relentlessly. Mick Grant still holding on under pressure from Graham Crosby. 11 is Roger Marshall, the yellow machine, leading from the Works Honda. And is Haslam having a go here? He's closing, certainly. He tries to get through, but just can't make it. Number 11, the leader. That's Roger Marshall leading. Now, just watch Ron Haslam here. He's off the machine. Just look at that. Hanging off the machine. Around safely. And now he'll sit up on the machine. And now he'll move to the other side as they go around the Devil's Elbow. And it's Marshall still leading from Haslam. Grant is there in third place. Number 4 is Graham Crosby. He's the fourth place man. So it's Marshall, Haslam, Grant and Crosby as close as that. And Roger Marshall not pulling away now as he did at the beginning, because Ron Haslam has the bit between his teeth, hanging off the machine literally. And is he having a go this time? He's trying to get alongside. Ron Haslam is through. Ron Haslam takes the lead from Roger Marshall as we're on lap number 5 of this 20-lap race, and Mick Grant starts to put the pressure on. Can Ron Haslam pull away from Roger Marshall now? Mick Grant closing up on Marshall. And a little bit of a snake there from Haslam, nearly lost it, but he's lost the lead. In fact, he's relegated to third place, and Mick Grant has taken the lead. No, he hasn't. He was almost there, but it's Marshall, and it's Grant, and it's Haslam and Crosby as close as that. And Ron Haslam going into that hairpin, he just braked too hard, he snaked, and the other two were by him in a flash. That's what I mean when I say a tenth of a second. One slight error can make all the difference when racing as close as this. Roger Marshall now has Mick Grant behind him. Mick has his teammate Ron Haslam behind him, and Mick Grant is having a go, and he's gone past Roger Marshall. They just squirt this extra power down that straight, and the Works riders get through. Mick Grant from Wakefield leading Roger Marshall. Ron Haslam is third and Graham Crosby is fourth, all fighting for points in this Motorcycle Weekly Forward Trust TT Formula One Championship, a very big championship for Formula machines, because these are very like the machines you ride on the road. It's still Mick Grant from Roger Marshall and Graham Crosby making a move. Is Crosby through ahead of Haslam? They're very close. I don't think he quite made it, no. Mick Grant, Roger Marshall, Ron Haslam and Graham Crosby. And you notice the style of Mick Grant, almost upright on the machine, where his three immediate pursuers have their knees almost touching the ground, and Ron Haslam is going to have a go here, and Ron Haslam is through. Ron Haslam's through into second place. He's got his teammate Mick Grant in front of him. Grant, Haslam, Marshall and Crosby, as quick as that. Up to the hairpin at Shaw's Corner. Around goes Mick Grant, around goes Ron Haslam, Roger Marshall and Graham Crosby all safely round. The crowd cheering on as Ron Haslam pursues his teammate. Ron Haslam, the local hero here, and a very popular young man, and a superb rider now as well. Grant and Haslam riding the big Works 999cc Hondas for the Honda UK team. Can Haslam get past his teammate, I wonder? The machines are virtually identical. Haslam closing a little on Grant there, and Mick Grant will know now that Haslam is right behind him. But you can see the absolutely supreme trust these riders have in each other. They're cornering at 100 miles an hour and they're only inches apart. They really trust each other completely. Mick Grant still leads from Haslam, with Marshall holding on to third place and Graham Crosby fourth. Coming in now to complete lap number 8. Grant, Haslam, Marshall, Crosby, as quick as that they are. And Haslam in Mick Grant slipstream. They set up from behind that fairing to give a little bit of wind resistance to help with the braking. Then crank it over to those incredible angles at 100 miles an hour. Power full on in fourth gear. The rear wheel just trying to step out, but the tyres giving the adhesion, and Haslam's going to have a go at Mick Grant here. But Mick Grant just squirts that extra vital ounce of power to maintain his lead. Mick Grant from Wakefield. Number 2, Ron Haslam from Langley Mill, Nottinghamshire. Number 11, Roger Marshall. He comes from Rugby. And, of course, the man from down under, Graham Crosby. Grant and Haslam almost side by side as they come out of Shaw's that time. And Roger Marshall moves up a bit too. Coming in now to complete lap 9. Grant, Haslam, Marshall and Crosby. Graham Crosby, number 4, really holding on there and doing it very well. He's riding a 997 and Haslam is through. Ron Haslam is through, the leader now, ahead of his teammate Mick Grant. 2 and 10 in that order. And has Mick Grant got anything left to come back at Ron Haslam as we come up to half distance? Ron Haslam, number 2, 22-year-old rider. Mick Grant now, a 35-year-old rider, but lots of experience. And watch him move. There he goes. And round. And then he'll sit up straight again. He just slides over that machine and makes it look so easy. And at these speeds, it isn't. And there they go, the big 4, the first 4. And they're already lapping number 62, Peter Clifford. Ron Haslam is just waiting his chance, and he doesn't wait. He goes round the outside at Gerrard's. Well, would you believe it? Number 2, Ron Haslam, hanging off that machine. Literally, his left leg must just be touching the footrest on the other side of the machine. And he's pulling a lead out now. They've completed half distance, 10 laps. Mick Grant still in contention in second place. Number 11, Roger Marshall, but there's the leader. And watch him again. He'll sit up and slide, literally, and hang off the machine and pass number 81, Keith Ferrell, into the bargain. Around he comes. Mick Grant and Roger Marshall closing up a little there. They're inside the tail end, and they go around the outside of him. There's the leader, Ron Haslam. Mick Grant, Roger Marshall, number 81 trying all he knows, but Graham Crosby's passed him as well. So the first 4 still in the same order, and we've completed 11 laps of this 20-lap race. The knee almost touching the ground, you can see. In fact, some of the riders I know have extra protection, very thick leather on the knee of their leathers, because they do literally touch the ground in places. They're the first four in picture now. Ron Haslam, the leader. Mick Grant second. Roger Marshall, a former British champion, in third place. And Graham Crosby, the man who took the United Kingdom and Europe by storm last year, his first season, when he rode a Kawasaki would literally sit up and beg handlebars. Now he's got himself a position, a ride with the team Texaco Suzuki of the United Kingdom. Graham Crosby, but number two, still leading. Ron Haslam, leading off the machine. You can see that foot just barely on the ground, and you can see that the leathers are actually ripped a little where the knee has touched the ground. That's why they wear the extra protection. To Ron Haslam, 12 laps have been completed. They're on lap 13. They're on the back straight. And number 28, the American Randy Mamler, is moving up through the field, and he's holding on to fifth position. In fact, he's been in fifth position from the drop of the flag, but quite a way behind these four men who are out in front. And need I remind you, they are Ron Haslam, Mick Grant, Roger Marshall, and Graham Crosby. And they are just in procession almost. Since Ron Haslam took the lead, Mick Grant has not been able to make any impression. Number 4 is the fourth place man. Number 28, Randy Mamler, is in fifth position. And Ron Haslam leads by 2 seconds on time, not just distance now, we can time his lead. Number 2, that's Ron Haslam, just leading off the machine. There's the first four, and you can see that Ron Haslam has quite a lead now, 2 seconds on our watch over Mick Grant, with number 11, Roger Marshall, and number 4, Graham Crosby, trying all they know to close up onto the two Works Hondas. Haslam is round, but he's wide that time, and Mick Grant almost nipped on the inside. Ron Haslam, round Devil's Elbow. Grant, Marshall and Crosby as quick as that, and they've now completed 14 laps. That is Ron Haslam, and there's the fifth place man now, Randy Mamler from Santa Clara, California. He's holding on to fifth position, a very young rider, but one with a great deal of great big future. We're back with the leaders now on the Stebby Straight. That's the battle for second, third and fourth place. Grant, Marshall and Crosby chasing Ron Haslam. Now can Roger Marshall split the Works Hondas of Haslam and Mick Grant? And Grant has closed up a little there, one of the tail enders. But in the way, the crowd already waving, and they're coming in to complete lap 15 with 5 to go. And Graham Crosby has got in front of Marshall. Graham Crosby with the Works Suzuki now chases the Works Honda of Mick Grant, with Roger Marshall, the leader, up for the first 5 laps, relegated now to fourth place. Haslam, Grant, Crosby and Marshall is the order, and they're on lap number 16. Along Stebby Straight, 135 miles an hour, and there, look at that! Well, that was overtaking. There's Roger Marshall, number 11, and he simply sped through, didn't he? Up now to Shaw's Corner, and Roger Marshall really was superb, that overtaking, and Graham Crosby is in trouble. The machine is smoking. You can see smoke from the exhausts. Graham Crosby is in trouble, and that was why Roger Marshall passed him so easily. Graham Crosby, number 4, the race is over for him, I think. The smoke pouring out, but there's the leader, Ron Haslam, and really bad luck on Graham Crosby after that superb ride. But now we have the race on. Second and third place men there. Coming into the S's, they're on lap number 17 of this 20-lap race. Through the S's they go. And that's the leader, number 2, Ron Haslam, about to be slowed up perhaps by this rider who he's about to lap. Mick Grant could take advantage and close, which he does. But Ron Haslam is, yes, he's passed him, but just. And Mick Grant now has that same problem. Number 90 is the man left. That's Michael Hunt from Desford, which is just down the road from here. Grant is in second place. Marshall is third. Graham Crosby out of the running now, which should be Randy Mamler, number 28, will move up into fourth spot. But that's the leader, the first and second place men. They're on lap number 18 now. Through the S's they go. And number 2 is the leader. That's the second place man, Mick Grant. Haslam just shifts to the side of the machine again. You notice Mick Grant stays upright. And what has happened to Haslam? Haslam is in trouble, and Mick Grant has got through and taken the lead. Well, that's drama indeed. They're coming in to complete lap 18, and Ron Haslam, who had a comfortable lead, has got it all to do, and Mick Grant is back in front. What happened there? Whether Ron Haslam thought the machine was just nipping up, he ran very, very wide indeed. And there's number 10, Mick Grant, leading now on lap 19, about to pass Asa Boyce, which he does, and Roger Marshall now has to get through as well. Number 10, Mick Grant is the leader. Roger Marshall in second place. Coming in now, they're on the 19th lap. They'll just have 1 lap to go when they complete this. Mick Grant from Wakefield leading. Number 11, Roger Marshall in second place. Well, what drama we've had here with Graham Crosby moving up through the field and then going out. And then Ron Haslam hitting that problem. And Mick Grant just maintains that lead, but only just. They've got 1 lap to go. Roger Marshall's got it all to do. Mick Grant is a very wily campaigner. They're coming on there. They're on their 20th and final lap. They're into Gerrard's for the 20th time. They're trying everything they know, about 105 miles an hour on full throttle in 4th gear. Still maintaining full power. Up into 5th gear. And this is the place that Marshall must have a go, but Mick Grant squirts the power from the Works Honda, cranks it into the S's, the right-hander, then the left-hander, and can Roger Marshall do anything on these last 2 corners? Mick Grant brakes. Roger Marshall tries to go round on the outside. They almost touch. Roger Marshall was really trying, but Mick Grant kept his cool. Mick Grant comes round, devil's elbow, and what a finish. Mick Grant just does it from number 11, Roger Marshall. And